Hey guys, welcome back to another Super 6 predictions video. I'm absolutely buzzing we beat Spurs in the North London derby. I mean, wow, it was very intense towards the end. I'll be honest though, we didn't play that well despite being 3-0 up at half time. I mean, yeah, we did score from two corners plus that counter-attacking goal between Havertz and Saka. But at the same time, we didn't exactly make things easy for ourselves, and ultimately, Spurs dominated possession, had more chances, and overall the better team lost. Let's be real about it. But hey, we picked up a very important win in what was a massive game. And yeah, we're top of the league for now. However, Man City still have that game in hand, so we just need to hope at this stage that they drop points, especially in their final two away games. But as for Man United, yeah, they screwed up another game, this time at home against Burnley. Andre Onana clattered into their striker and gave away a penalty which they scored from. So it's only up to them if they want to finish in their Europa League spot. So only time will tell. But yeah, that last few minutes, man, Jesus Christ. I was hoping, I was genuinely hoping we would hold on for the win, and thank the Lord we did. So yeah, it wasn't pretty, but we got the job done in the end. So anyway, let's get straight into the first game. Burnley picked up a very good point at Old Trafford, which slightly increased their hopes of staying up. As for Newcastle, a win for them would overtake Man United in the Europa League places. Question is, who will come out on top? Well, let's start with Burnley first. They picked up, like I just said, picked up a very good point at Old Trafford. Yeah, they had to carry on that positive momentum towards the end of the season, and they are now a point behind Luton. However, that could all change if Luton either draw or win against Everton on Friday night, which would increase the gap between both clubs. So if that result doesn't go Burnley's way, then they'll have another mountain to climb to stay up. As for Newcastle, they comfortably beat Sheffield United 5-1 at home, which confirmed their relegation to the Championship. Yeah, a win. They also need a win to, again, get into the Europa League places. And yeah, obviously Turf Moor is going to be a tough place to get a result. But, you know, this is Newcastle. They're a good side. As for Burnley, I'm not going to write them off, considering both clubs are playing for something. And yeah, this is a game where Newcastle have to pick up something, and I think they will. But knowing Burnley, 3 games unbeaten, and they're at home, so I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Both sides are going into this West London derby pretty much mathematically safe from relegation, and they now sit just below mid-table with not a lot to play for at the moment. But surely this should still be a good game though. Well, let's start with Brentford. They lost for the first time in a while against Everton at Goodison Park. However, I feel that defeat won't affect them too much, because if you think about it, they're currently 9 points clear of Nottingham Forest with 3 games remaining. So let's say if Brentford lose all of their 3 remaining games and Forest win theirs, both clubs would finish the season level with 35 points, except Brentford would either way stay up with a better goal difference. So far as I'm concerned, they're already safe. As for Fulham, they were very unlucky to concede late on against Crystal Palace in another London derby. Their form lately has not been great, with 3 defeats in their past 5 games, and they will want to bounce back from their recent setback with something against Brentford. And again, this is a West London derby, so why wouldn't both clubs be up for it? I feel this will be an even cagey game, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Wolves, I have a message for you. If you can get anything, a win or a draw, just to damage Man City's hopes of winning the league title, I would be absolutely delighted with that. And yeah, I know it's a tough ask, but let's be real. I'm not going to lie to you. It's already game over. Well, let's start with Wolves first. They recently beat Luton 2-1 at home, which was a very much needed win. And it's no coincidence it came at a good time, because they're up against Man City. They could potentially do us a favour, but let's be real, that's not going to happen. They have also lost 3 out of their last 5 games, so yeah, their form's not been great lately. As for Man City, again, unbeaten in God knows how long. They recently beat Nottingham Forest 2-0, kept a clean sheet, and I'll get straight to the point. They will keep another clean sheet here, and it will be another battering. 4-0 Man City. Aston Villa are looking for a win to hopefully cement their top 4 spot, as they're not far away from Champions League qualification for next season, which would be great if that were to happen. But can the Seagulls delay their hopes? Well, let's start with Brighton first. Their overall form lately has not been great. Winless in a while, and they have even failed to score in 4 out of their past 5 games, which is a huge concern for De Zerbi and, of course, the players. That's now 7 goals conceded and 0 scored in their past 2 games. So, as a whole, the players are the ones on the pitch performing, so they've all got to take responsibility, not just the manager. And yeah, they're also just below mid-table, but it's not like they've got to worry about relegation, so their positioning is fine. But as for Aston Villa, they lost last night 4-2 at home against Olympiacos in the Conference League first leg. They've become a suspect defensively in recent games. If you think about it, they threw away their 3-goal lead at home against Brentford, their 2-goal lead against Chelsea at home, and to lose in that manner against Olympiacos. Oh, by the way, Douglas Luiz could have made it 4-3 from the penalty spot, except he missed. So I'm not going to blame him too much, but at the same time, his miss has given Aston Villa a slightly bigger mountain to climb in Greece if they want to progress to the Conference League final. But yeah, I mean, based on what I've just mentioned, Brighton, they can smell blood. There's weakness in this Aston Villa defence, and I feel they will score. But defensively, they've not been that great either. And Aston Villa, again, they're scoring goals, but they've also conceding quite a lot. So based on all that information, I'm going for a 2-2 draw. West versus East in what should be another good London derby, as both sides are making late pushes towards a European place. But could the Hammers surprise Chelsea by grabbing points off them? Well, Chelsea beat Spurs 2-0 last night, which was a good win for Chelsea. Their home form lately has been pretty good, scoring 8 goals, conceding none in their past 2 games. As for West Ham, they drew 2-2 at home against Liverpool. However, their away form lately has not been that good either. So I kind of feel at this rate it's a no-brainer to go for Chelsea, because if you look at their both sides' past 5 games form, Chelsea's home form has been better and West Ham's away form not so good. So it's a no-brainer to go for Chelsea. However, I also feel that West Ham have not had a game midweek. So they're going into this probably feeling more fresh, prepared. But, you know, Chelsea are going into this game in better winning form. And, you know, again, it's a no-brainer. I'll stick with another 2-0 Chelsea win. You know what's funny? I saw the London derby last night in my mate's flat, who's a Spurs fan. He said before the game, you can come round to watch as long as you don't support Chelsea and celebrate if they score, otherwise you'll have to leave. Let's just say I did the exact opposite of what he said, yet somehow remained inside his flat for the whole game. He knows exactly who he is, so hold that. Anyway, real talk, back to this game. Liverpool are going into this in better winning form, however winless in their last 2, except both those games came away from home. In fact, 4 out of Liverpool's past 5 games came away from home, meaning this will be Liverpool's first home fixture since that shock defeat against Palace. They've also had some defensive issues, again conceding 4 in their past 2 games, including that spat between Klopp and Salah on the touchline at the London Stadium, which was not a good look. I mean, yeah, they are still making a late push for the title. However, I feel that ship has now sailed. I feel, that defeat against Everton and the draw against West Ham, that ship has sailed. But, you know, like, why would they not want to win this game to make a late push anyway? So, but anyway, as for Spurs, that's now 3 defeats in a row. And they've had issues defensively with set pieces. Apparently they don't have a set piece coach. You know, Big Ange said that set pieces is not his priority, he's gonna want to have a look at that now. So, but yeah, I mean, against Chelsea, Spurs started off really slow in the first half, but then improved in the second half, and even Ange admitted that he got the team selection wrong, and he will make changes for the Liverpool game. So he'll probably start Højbjerg, Bentancur and Maddison against Liverpool. But yeah, Liverpool, they're still a pretty good side, and they will want to bounce back from their 2 recent setbacks. So, plus they've got home advantage. I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. Oh yeah, going back to the Man City Wolves game, I bet the small percentage of people who went for a draw and a Wolves win were definitely Liverpool and Arsenal fans, 100%. But anyway, those are my round 53 score predictions locked in. Feel free to leave yours in the comment section. Thanks for watching and have a nice weekend.